Welcome to another episode of The Road Truth. As always, I'm your host, BX Bad Boy. And today, learn to relate to. So that'd be a follow-up, and this will be it. Stay tuned. So I'm going to start this episode off with asking for you to subscribe and hopefully like or even dislike or comment on my videos. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the new background. And also we'll let you know that I think I'm going to cut it down to one video a week, giving you guys some time to absorb my videos. So every Wednesday, I believe, I'll be posting, and randomly throughout the week, if something comes up or if I get a message from one of you guys in a comment and want to discuss something, I'll bring it up. I don't mind discussing whatever topic you want. There's no such thing as taboo. Anyway, so let's continue where I left off on Learn to Relate 1. Every time I look and listen, someone's telling me there's some issue, new issue, don't understand this, don't understand that, why did I do this, why did I do that, why did I do this? It's a bunch of nonsense. It's this simple. Just relate. It honestly is that simple. Now, how do you relate? Is understand if you were in that person's shoes, how would you feel? I mean, when we were young, I don't know about y'all, but I was taught, do unto others, if others do unto you. Essentially, I'm not going to punch you in the face if I don't want to be punched in the face. So that's the simplest way to relate, is do to someone what you want done to you. So you want them to understand you, you have to understand them. If you don't, well then it's all on you when there's a misunderstanding. Now that works both ways. You're not the only one that has to understand. The other person needs to understand you as well as you need to understand them. But it's got to be on the table. Boom. You don't sit there and go, walk in, you're cute too. Oh, let's do this dirty work. Okay, let's do this dirty work. Okay, let's start dating. Why not? Okay. And now you're boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife or smash buddies or whatever. But there's nothing on the table. A friend of mine, he started off with this girl as a smash buddy. And that's all they planned on being originally. And this happens to him quite often. And then it goes from smash buddy to friend or to relationship. The problem with that is you started off as smash buddies and then you didn't even lead up to a relationship. You just turned it into, because you guys enjoy spending time with each other or what have you, but you really don't got a lot in common except that you're smash buddies. You didn't put it on the table. This is what I want. If this is not what you want, I understand. Let's stay smash buddies. Let's stay friends, or let's stay nothing. But everybody doesn't leave nothing on the table. What they do is they hope and pray and think they can twist the situation. Like a lot of girls, women, get into a relationship figuring they can fix and or change the man they're with. So they don't put it on the table. I don't want you doing this. I don't like it. So you need to change, please. Let's, come to some common ground. No. She leaves it up to, okay, I can fix this. I know I can do this. And no, it's not one way. Guys do the same thing. I can't tell you how many relationships I walked into figuring, everything's all copacetic. And when things start getting, more serious, where things need to be put on the table, there's a lot of issues that I overlooked. One, because some of them were quirks and personality traits, whether they were retarded or not. I learned to deal with them and compromised. But I forgot the immortal rule that if you don't put it on the table, you can't complain about it. Like, there's an old saying, even though I know you won't do it, whatever it is, snitch on me, steal my shoes, eat my candy, drink my soda, whatever the thing is, I know you're not going to do it because you got respect for me, so you're going to ask, hey, can I get this? Can I do that? Can I touch this? Can I go here? Can I go there? You're going to ask. But if I don't tell you, you need to ask. And when it comes time to do those things, you do them. Who's at fault? You or me? In truth, it's me, because I should have told you not to do that. I told you I don't like that. Don't go here. Don't go there. Don't touch that. That's my shit. I should have said it to you so it was on the table, because then, and only then, can I be mad at you. Now, don't get me wrong. You shouldn't touch my shit to begin with. That's just common sense, but that's the whole point. That's why you know the person's not going to do it, because it's common sense. But they do it anyway. Now, if that ever happens, and you didn't say, don't touch, don't eat, don't go, don't play, you can't really be mad at that person unless you told them. There's many conversations I've gotten with brothers of mine, like, yo, this is between you and me. Always, always. You know that? Yeah, I know it, but if I don't put it on the table and you say something to someone else, I can't be mad at you. Like, say it's you, me, and your sister in this conversation, and I'm talking about your sister this or your sister that. Don't say nothing, though. But if I don't say that, and you go, oh, wait, my sister should know about this. Not to say anything serious, but my sister should know about this. Or it comes up in general conversation. Oh, by the way, this is what this and this is what that. And then that person comes to me, yo, what the hell, blah, 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 yada, 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 chick, chick, chick. The whole point is now I can't be mad at you for opening your mouth, because I didn't tell you not to tell her. So as far as you know it, it's okay. Now I know there's an unspoken rule that if I say something to you, it's between you and me, but it's unspoken, so that doesn't make it a rule. So the same thing is in a relationship. If you don't put it on the table, you can't make an issue of it. And anything from that point on is on your shoulders. So if you don't tell your girl or man that this is how I like things, for instance, in my house, it's my way, because I know what's best in my house. But I'm open to conversation, but it's still my way unless you show me a better way. So I'll tell you how I do it in my house, where the forks go, where the spoons go, what day dishes are to be done, what day garbage goes out, so on and so forth. Now, I'm not a commanding, demanding person, but I'll put it on the table exactly how things go, like I do with my son. I tell him how it is. Either you take it or you don't. But now that I've told you, if you cross that line, I have a reason to be upset. But if you don't know, you can't drink my soda, okay? And you get thirsty, and you're like, oh, I like Dr. Pepper. So you won't let me grab one. And I didn't tell you couldn't have it. Who should I be mad at? Well, of course, me. My father has a home attendant that comes now and again. Now, many moons ago, she started drinking my soda because it was in the fridge. She was never told not to touch it. My father asked if she wanted something to drink. She said, yeah. He said the soda in the fridge. So she goes over to the fridge and she grabs my soda because she likes my soda, not my father's. But my father, in his mind, assumed she was going to take his soda. Now, she didn't do anything wrong, and I wouldn't deny her soda if she was thirsty. But what I ended up doing was buying her a case of her own, and I have my own soda. And it's just a courtesy. She's here helping take care of my father, making it a little bit easier for me from time to time, an hour here, an hour there. Show gratefulness. So I bought her own soda, and she can take it as willy-nilly as she chooses. And when it's gone, I'll fill it back up again. No questions asked, no, what are you drinking so much, none of that shit. Drink as much as you fucking want, because for an hour or so, every so often, you make my day so much easier and less stress, where I can either sleep, deal with my own problems, by all means. But I put it on the table after she started drinking my soda. Like, if you want my soda, no problem. I'll leave soda out here for you, and I'll bring the rest in my room. And not because of her, but just so it's closer to me. And also because it's cool to have a fridge of my own. So I bought her own shit. Drink it all you want. When you run out, I'll replace it, or I'll give you some of mine that's in my room. Whatever's clever, I don't really care. Now we're on the same page. So when she's got a soda in her hand, I can't be mad at her because I gave her permission and she asked. Our relationship about that particular subject is now smooth. There's no issues, no headaches, no complaints, no problem. Put it on the table. See, you know what the problem is? People are cowards. plain simple. One of my brothers had told me he needs to leave that bitch. And the only reason why he needs to leave her because she's not helping him. She's hurting him, like legitimately. And he's like, I know, I got to. Still with her. Still holding on. Now, before I go any further, I've had similar problems with myself. But I held on to a relationship that my brother said I should let go. And I didn't. And the fact that I didn't, I've gotten nothing but headaches for it. But there's a difference. I didn't knowingly know that the girlfriend before my son's mother was cheating on me until after the fact. And what I mean by after the fact, years later. She confessed that she cheated on me during our relationship. My son's mother, she cheated on me, and I found out after the fact. Meaning after the fact that she was pregnant with my son. But my brother knows for a fact his girl's cheating on him right now, right as we speak. Every time she leaves the house, there's been nothing but stories about all the people that he knows that has seen her with another man. And another man he knows she had something with once. And she's always talking about, oh, this with him, or that with him, or this with him, or that with him. So he knows, he has nothing but evidence other than the fact of catching them in an act that she's cheating on him. And what I mean by the act of sex, everything else he's caught her in. Hanging out when she's not supposed to be with him. She said she's at her mother's, she ends up with him. And then when she gets caught, she's got all these excuses that he can't verify or deny. But didn't catch him doing anything other than being in the same place at the same time. If I would have found my son's mother that way, or the woman before my son's mother, I would have broke it the fuck off. But I didn't know about either one of the situations until it was done and said and years later. Well, son's mother was months later after she was pregnant with my kid, and I couldn't just get rid of her because I had the responsibility to take care of her and my son. It was the right thing to do until she ran away at 6 months and went back to her mommy. The woman before, 9 years later, she confessed to cheating on me 9 different times. Now, I've always believed and felt she did, but I never had enough evidence to go, you did it. And when I did confront her, she denied it, and I couldn't prove it because she was cheating on me in Jersey while I was in New York. 2 totally different scenarios or areas, so I couldn't verify anything she said. I had to take her on her word because I had no evidence. So, we've been broken off, though. It was like 8 years later after our relationship started that it was done. And on the 9th year of knowing her, she told me everything. And we had a little fling. I forgave her because thing to do. Maybe we can try to fix this. That went out the window. We were broken up permanently from that point on. We didn't see each other. We barely spoke. And we definitely weren't doing anything. Then when I got with my son's mother, she wanted to do something. So I needed to know if I could tell that woman no. So I went down to see her. And when she offered me to go to the motel and get back together, I looked in her face and I said no. She didn't like that too much, so she reached over and kissed me. I didn't kiss her back. And I left, just as it was. Went out to dinner, can't turn down free food. Went out to dinner, back home, and went back to my son's mother, because she was the one I wanted to be with. And I made my decision. I don't know if that was the right one, because look where we are now. So, it's all about putting things on the table. You gotta stop being afraid. Fear is not something that's supposed to control you. You're supposed to control it. Like I taught my son, the reason why I drive as well as I do isn't because I'm an excellent driver. Not that I ain't, but it's not because of that. I'm an excellent driver because I don't let fear control me. I control the fear. I know the dangers of what I'm about to do. And I pay attention to the dangers I'm about to go through. And I know what I'm doing. So I don't let that fear control me. For instance, the wall on the highway. Everybody I see, for most part, they go anywhere near it, they get all shook, and they go 30 miles an hour. Mind you, that's the fucking fast lane. What the fuck are you doing throwing 30 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone? Get your ass into the slow lane. But that's only when they're nearest to the wall. And the wall is far away from them. They're speeding, they're like 90, 80, gunning it down the road because they let fear control them. I, on the other hand, choose not to let fear control me, and I control my fear. I am just as afraid as anyone else as I get across to that wall. But I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm by that wall, knowing I'm not going to hit it. So I do what I got to do. Same thing applies to relationships. It's the fear that if I tell you this is how I want it, it feels like I'm giving you orders and demands and commands and all this other shit, and you're going to tell me no. Once you tell me no, you're going to leave. Like I told my brother, tell this girl, it's done. These are your choices. You pack your shit, move the fuck in, and that's the end of it. You don't, we're done. He can't say that to her because he believes she's going to take that out and he's going to lose her. And I'm like, dude, you have nothing to lose. She's not there for you. She comes by, fucks you real quick, makes you feel happy or whatever she needs to do to get you back in her book, and then she takes off. That's normally called a deadbeat dad, who comes by, does a little something with the kid. The kid goes, oh, my daddy, and then fucks off. And then the whole time he's like, mommy, where's daddy, 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 daddy? And the fact that he comes and goes like this forces a child to have a super attachment to him, where no matter what she says, they say, daddy's the greatest. Because when daddy comes by for that little amount of time, he is the greatest. And then he leaves before it gets nasty or before his true colors come out and takes off. So the kid is super attached to those moments. And I swear I think my brother's in the same shoot. In those moments, he's still attached and refuses to let go, almost like a child with an umbilical cord. That was too graphic, but whatever. But it's simple. You need to put everything on the table. I learned a long time ago, you got to. If you don't put it on the table, you're just fucking yourself. I have one immortal rule. I mean, I have 10 of them, but I got one that's not even on the list. It's the one I live my life by. Okay? Don't ask questions you're not prepared for the answers to. And simply what that means is, you can ask me anything you want. I don't give a fuck what it is. From my shoe size to my dick size. I don't care. But be prepared for the answer, because it may not be a positive one. It won't be a positive one at all times. So if you ask me a question like, did you cheat on me? You'll never hear yes, because I don't cheat. But you must be prepared to hear yes, because you don't know you're going to. And if you're not prepared to hear yes, if you're not prepared to hear the thing you don't want to hear, then don't ask the question. It's that simple. Because I will be honest with you about any question you ask me. Like I said, I don't care if it's from my shoe size to my dick size. I will be honest. I don't care. So everything's on the table almost from day one. I tell you what I want. I tell you what I'm willing to do. I tell you what I don't want. I tell you what I'm not willing to do. Either you take it or you don't. I can't control what you do from there. You can only lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink. Now, I'm not saying women are horses. I'm saying the situation is no different. I can show you the way, but it's up to you to take it. And if you don't want to, kick rocks. If you want to, welcome aboard. Just be prepared for that answer to be something you don't like. I had a girl ask me, do you love me? Now, she told me she loved me, but I didn't love her yet. And I didn't go, oh, fuck you, you crazy bitch. No. I said, no, I don't love you yet. I'm still getting to know what there is to love about you for me. She got all distraught and hurt. Oh, my God. Oh, I told you I loved you, and this is what you do to me. If I'm supposed to retaliate with I love you back, just because you say I love you, then you want me to be fake. I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to tell you something cruel, but I'm going to be honest. That's putting everything on the table. People don't like being honest because then they don't have an out. They don't have a fucking exit strategy when it comes down to it, and you know too much. I actually had a girlfriend break up with me because I knew too much about her. Are you fucking kidding me? I wish my girlfriends knew everything about me, from my toe size to my dick size, and everything in between. Because then I wouldn't have to explain myself every 5 fucking minutes. Now, I do understand you have to explain yourself in the beginning of a relationship. I'm not saying you don't. But if they knew everything about me, I wouldn't have to. We can move on with our relationship and move forward with life. Because you know everything you need to know. And I know everything I need to know about you. Now we can go forward. Now all the wheels are on the bus going round and round. Now we can move to some other town. I'm sorry, I had to make something rhyme. It's that simple. I don't know how many times I got to say it before I just go insane saying it. Because I'm so tired of watching all these people fail miserably at relationships because they make the one vital mistake of not putting it all on the table. And every girl I've seen and talked to on TikTok do the same shit. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm one of the peoples. You start talking to them. Hey, check out my OF. Now, once you go check out their OF, it's done. No girl wants to talk to or get into any kind of relating with someone who's already seen them butt-ass fucking naked. No, it's not going to happen. Now, you're a customer. You're not a potential mate and or partner. So, most women these days, and girls, especially on TikTok or even in the world, they don't want a relationship with you. They just want to bitch about the relationship they don't have. That's it. Like they live to bitch. But they don't want to do nothing about it. Men are just eager and waiting for some woman to tell them yes. I'm on front. I have been waiting for 42 years for a woman to tell me yes and us make a future. So far, utter failures. But that's life. My only joy is I have my son, and he makes all those nightmares worth it. Living with everybody in all the situations in the life I've been through makes me the father I am and makes me think about my child more than anyone else. Like I said in previous videos, for the last 12 years, I've been single because my focus has been my son. Now, he's not a baby anymore. I don't need to focus on him. Do I need to keep an eye on him and help finish the job? Yes, of course. But now I don't need to be all focused on him. I can be partly focused on me. But now I'm 42, and it's a lot easier to get into a relationship when I was a teenager, young adult, and in my 20s. And don't get me wrong, it's not because of me not knowing how to relate with women or talk to them, but the women my age are mostly not attractive, or they're looking for something, a relationship type different than I am giving. My son is still one of my focuses. My father, who is, we'll say, close to halfway dead, and it doesn't even go there. I can't even explain the issues that are wrong with that man. Anyway, he's the other focus. So my time is devoted to the two of them and my girlfriend to be, but not necessarily in the way that most want it. So my life is in a situation where it doesn't work so well. And I'm fine with that. It is what it is. But, it's just not going to be. So, I'm going to end this. It's now 1 o'clock in the morning, my time. And I'm going to end this saying that I think I am going to stick to every Wednesday putting up a cast and a video. because I put up 2 videos a week and not getting the traction I'd like. Not even getting the conversation I'd like. But, so I think I'll make it every Wednesday. Give me a week to come up with an actual topic and not just completely going off the cuff, because this is all off the cuff. None of this is written down. I mean, sometimes you see me write something down, but it's particular subjects I want to bring up, and then I converse on them. But there's no real structure to this, because I'm just trying to be me. But I'm thinking about giving a little bit more structure where there's a topic and the complete details of the topic, even if I got to read it off the page. That doesn't mean it's scripted. That just means my thoughts are written down and I'm repeating them. That's it. There's no script to my story. It is what it is. Whether you believe it, like it, or not, it is what it is. So on that note, please subscribe, like and or dislike, have a comment. Please let me know what you got to say, even if it's, you suck. Just be respectful. On that note, peace.